everyone, welcome back to Kat's Book Corner, where we talk about all things book and bookish. Now, this is a little late, I think a couple weeks late, but otherwise it's fine. But I'm going to be finally closing up the little thing I had going over the past year, which is my top 5 from each quarter. This is the 4th quarter, and I know normally I have an honorable mention. This time I don't, because I only really read 7 books, which is kind of low for me, but otherwise they're all pretty good, so we're only 95, so this one will probably be short. I know I said that about the last one, and that one was like really long, but this should probably be short, but let's just get into it. I don't think any of them are below a 4, so that's fun. But moving on to the first one, which is Daughter of the Siren Queen. This one was a 4.75, and I really, really loved it. It was really, really good. And it was going to be a 4 or a 4.5, but then it had this one little crazy thing that happened towards the end that I just really, really loved, and it was just crazy to me. So obviously I had to sort of let that in there. But it was just crazy. Like, I didn't really expect that one specific thing to happen, and it did. And I was kind of worried about it all book, but then I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. But then it did, and I was just, it was really good. And I really, really, really liked it. It was just so good. And there was like, I don't know, there was something sort of different about this one. Now, this was a lot like the first one, where it was relatively simple and the plot was really fun. And like there was like a fun little romance. And it was very similar to that. And a lot of the plot sort of follows that same sort of like trajectory. But I do like the way the found family really, really felt real in this one, if that makes any sense. Like, well, obviously it makes sense, but the found family was just, it was so fun, and I really, really loved it. And Aliosa and her crew, it was just, it was really cute. And actually finally meeting, like, officially, I know we like got him a little bit in the first one, but finally meeting her father and like get why people say what they say about her father, like they did in the first one. And then we get where is it, Ridden. I love the romance between her and Ridden. It is very well written, I think. And also, I do like the conflicts that come up in their relationship. And it makes sense with both aspects of their characters. Like, Ridden being, like, there's very fine lines that he is like, if we don't follow these, there isn't going to be a relationship. And Aliosa being like, yeah, sure, I'll do that, but if there's an issue, she does sort of break those rules, and it sort of like puts them on a bad path for a bit. But like, the way that they're explained as to why they both have these hard lines in their relationship is very, very interesting, and I really liked how they had problems in their relationship, like, in the beginning, and it got sorted out by the end. But like, it's very real as to why they would have these problems based on their upbringings and like their own life going forward. So I really, really liked that. It was very, very clever. And then I don't know, I just loved her crew. Like, that was such a good part of this for me. And it was very short. I finished this very, very quickly. It did not take as long. It took like around maybe a day and a half, because I was like really, really into it. Of course, it doesn't really start getting good until they're actually on the boat, so that's fun. I really did like it. And they're sailing to the Siren Island, and you're like, okay, but why? And we learn out all these mysteries and like why certain things don't work, and it's just, it was good, and I really, really liked it. It was really fun. And I do like how she sort of prioritizes a lot of like her crew. And obviously there's times she can't because she's the captain and she has to make hard decisions. But there is a lot of time where she prioritizes her crew. And it's really, really fun. And like she wants to protect her crew and she wants to protect who she considers to be her family before anything else. Like those are the things that are most important to her. Not seeking this treasure. Although that is important to her because she's a pirate and like that's basically her entire life. And like finally like getting a name for herself. But her crew is her most important thing, and I really, really, really liked that. And it's just, I loved it so much. It was so, so good, and I really, really loved it. And I think there's the spin-off about one of her crewmates, and I liked that crewmate, so I might read the spin-off because I really, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed that. It was really fun. So, we'll see. I might get to it next Christmas because I got, like, each Christmas I got one of these books, so we'll see. Okay. Next was Siege and Storm. Now, I didn't love this book, but it was higher than the other two that I read, which was Stealing Embers and the first one in this series. This was a 4.5, I think. Like, I really enjoyed it, and it introduced one of my favorite characters ever, Nikolai. One of my favorite characters. I loved him so much. He's so fun. He's so, like, sassy, and him just, like, being, like, just on Mal's case the entire time was so, so funny to me, because I hate Mal. He's the worst, in my opinion. I really hate him. I really don't like that Alina is with him. I want her to be with Nikolai, although I think it's just going to end with her and Mal. Which maybe the third book can get me to change my opinion on Mal, because this one got me to change my opinion on Alina. Because in the first book, I didn't like Alina. I thought she was boring. But this one, she was better. She stood up for herself. Which was, like, finally, like, you spent your entire life not standing up for yourself, letting Mal boss you around, and, like, suddenly you're standing up for yourself, and I'm like, that is great. That is good character growth. I really liked that. Trying to think. I love the magic system. I love this world because it's where Six Crows takes place. I love the world. I love the magic system. It is so, so fun. And I do like how Nikolai's brother is literally the downfall of this entire book. He's the reason the conflict happens, and it's really funny to me. I love the politics and stuff. It's sort of political heavy in the middle, which is fun because I actually really like that part. I love the side characters. Like, I like Genya, even though she's not that much in this one. She's a lot in the first one, not much in this one, but I really do like that. I like the sort of piratey people that they meet in the beginning that sort of, like, show up the entire book, which are fun. Like, they were really fun. I really liked them. I like the way that the legends become real, I guess. Like, with how the stag and the serpent and probably the firebird will become real. And, like, how she's, like, the summoner that, like, everyone, like, wants to know because obviously she's the sun summoner. She's very important. And, like, I do like the way the Darkling was, like, even in this book, even though he wasn't in this book, if that makes sense. Like, he's in, like, the first couple chapters, and then he's not there in person until the end. But, like, we still get a lot of him based on what I think happens, like, when you get scratched by one of the creatures that he was able to create. He sort of, like, can flow through that, like, wound as a, because he created them. Or he's able to use the bond based on the collar that Alina wears, so maybe it's that. Though I do like David. I think that's the name of the guy Genya had a crush on, and the fabricator. I like him. He's fun. And even Zoya. Like, Zoya's good too. I like her. I like basically a lot of the side characters. Most of the side characters, I like them. They're fun. But Nikolai is just, he's something else because he's my favorite. I love him so much. And I do like how there's a lot of distrust about the Grisha now. Because of what the Darkling did, they're like, we don't know if we can trust the Grisha. Like, the king and the queen are like, And Nikolai is like, yeah, come on, we can trust them, they're fine. Well, specifically, Alina is fine. Though, one thing I did hate about this book is the relationship issues between Mal and Alina. Now, if they had a fine relationship, I don't think I would care as much. Like, I really don't. I think the way Mal is characterized as thinking that just because Alina has power, she's changing, annoys me more. Because when they're like just talking to each other and they're arguing, I'm completely 100% on Alina's side. I don't get where Mal is coming from. He annoys me so much, and I wish he would just go away. Which I think he's going away, because I think he's going to hunt the Firebird, so going away. It's going to be so fun. And I'm actually like getting to the point where I could watch the show, because I think I like the show, because I think they said the cast was good, so I'm excited to see if I like it. But yeah, there's the second one. The third one, and the only 5-star I had, is Red Rising. I loved Red Rising. It was so fun and so crazy. Like, it was crazy. Like, so much happened in like the first 5 chapters, and I was never bored. Even when nothing was going on, he was just going through like the changing of red to gold. I was like, this is still really interesting. I'm still really interested in where this is going to go. And the whole like academy stuff, where we meet Cassian and Cassian's brother, I forget his name for obvious reasons because he's not in it that much. Cassian and Scrivo, who I think is my favorite. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's my favorite. And we meet Mustang, and we meet like the Jackal, and just all of these other characters and all these other golds who, as I've said before, if Darrow gets what he wants, which he should, because the rebellion that he's a part of is good. Like, the what they're trying to solve is very, very important, and they should solve what they're solving. Like, the golds should not be in charge the way they are. But if he does get what he wants, a lot of the golds that we have now grown attached to because of, well, this book and like the way they were interacting with Darrow, we're gonna probably lose them. And I get that that's like the point of this book. Like, that's the point. Like, each side can have good people, each side can have bad people, each side thinks that they're doing the right thing, even though one side is objectively correct. Like, the side, like Darrow's side is objectively correct. Like, slavery should not be an issue. Like, slavery should be gone. But a lot of the people at the top don't think of it that way. But it's so interesting that, like, a lot of these characters, they're in the wrong, obviously, because they're at the top of the system that's broken. So, like, we're gonna lose a lot of these characters, probably. Because if he wants a revolution, golds are gonna have to die. And these are the high elite golds. Like, these are the golds that are in charge of everything. They're the ones that causes the executions of Fred's people in the first place. So it's just, I do like that. Like, it's very, very interesting. And it's really, really interesting to read. Like, I love this book. This was 5 stars. It was so good. And just, like, the way that, like, they figure everything out. Like, he becomes a leader. He's bad at it. But then he realizes you can't be a leader that way. And the teeny bit of romance was, like, really fun. And I really liked that. And, like, Darrow living just for oneself and, like, for his wife and for everything is not enough. He needs to learn how to live for more. He needs to learn how to live for his people, for the survival of his culture and everything. And it's just, it's so good. And I loved it. And it was sci-fi, and I don't read sci-fi, and it was so good. And like, I really, really loved it. And I am really curious as to where it will go, because I have so many questions and not many answers, and I have so many questions about who the leader of the revolution is. I have ideas, but I don't think they're right. Like, this is the only time where I'm not confident in any of my ideas. Because everything can just take a twist and turn, like, just so fast. Like, I am not at all confident about any of this stuff. So, it's so good. And I love even the way that when they're in the competition, how Darrow, as the Reaper, reacts to the Jackal and how crazy the Jackal is. Like, they sort of match each other on opposite spectrums. Like, the Jackal is like, this doesn't matter. Like, and Darrow's like, but it does matter, but it doesn't matter, if that makes sense. Like, they're on opposite sides, but they still sort of mirror each other quite a bit. And I like Mustang. Mustang is, like, really, really fun. And Scrivo, I think, is my favorite, and he knows things now. Like, he knows specific things that I'm kind of scared for the future about. And I just have so many questions, and I want so many answers. So, but I love this one. Okay, moving on to this one. Would have been a 5, but it was a 4.75 if I didn't call the stupid plot twist. And I called it within, like, the first, like, 10 chapters, which was so annoying. I called it. I was so annoyed. Because I wasn't even surprised. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because they brought up this one plot point that I won't say in case people want to be surprised. If you want to see my spoiler thoughts, it's in my wrap-up, but they brought up this one plot point, and they sort of never go back to it. So I was like, I think we're going to go back to that plot point. Like, they wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't important, and it turns out it's megally important. Like, that's the big plot twist. So, there is that. But I will say, because it happened so early on in the book, I'm not thinking about it. Like, I called it ahead of time, and I was like, this would be interesting if we go back to that. But we sort of move on, so I'm like, maybe it won't be important. But then it becomes important later because it's the giant plot twist that puts everything in perspective. But otherwise, I was enjoying the story between Brynn and Acker. Like, I really liked that. I liked their story as it was told, I guess. And I like the little hints about the plot twist, like going back and rereading some of the passages. Like, it's very clear. Not clear, it's very misleading as the way certain things are phrased. And I like Messer. Messer's fun. I don't know, I liked the plot. I liked the magic system was fun. I like the way each person has, like, their own specific type of magic. That's fun. I am excited for the second one to see, like, how we actually get to the ending I think we're gonna get. Which, if we don't, that'll be crazy. If I was able to call the big crazy plot twist for this, but I can't call the ending. Like, I think I have an idea what the ending's gonna be, because it's only a duology, so there's not, like, that can really happen. It's only, like, maybe, like, 500 more pages of anything. And I have an idea, but I want to know how we get from point A to point B. Like, from the ending of this book to the ending of the next book. I want to know how we get there, because I have questions. But I don't know. I'm curious. Sure, I'll read the next one. But I don't know. I do like Acker's sister. I forget her name, but I like her. And I like all the other extra plot twists we have that I wasn't really calling. Like the thing about Acker's mom, I wasn't calling about that. And like, what else was happening? Oh, and the whole, like, Mated Bonds thing. I didn't know this was, like, a Mated Bonds book. I just knew how to cheat a crazy plot twist, so I was like, So I kind of wish that wasn't advertised. I wish the plot twist wasn't advertised, because I don't think I would have called it if I wasn't looking for a plot twist. But I was looking for one because it was advertised as a mega crazy plot twist, so. But otherwise, it's good. I like the whole mating bonds thing, which gives me more questions than answers, but okay. And I have more questions than I do answers, Because I was able to call it a plot twist, but the plot twist doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, it does, sure. Like, from the way they've explained it, it makes some sense. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense based on the rest of the plot we got. So yeah, I'm curious, and I want to see how they frame it and change it and how they make it fit into the ending. But otherwise, it was fine. I actually really, really enjoyed the rest of the plot. I liked a lot of the characters. I liked a lot about it. I really did. But I hate that I was able to call the plot twist so early on. Like, I sort of wish I wasn't able to call it, because it would have been 5 stars if I couldn't call it. But I called it, and I'm annoyed, so here we go. But otherwise, it was good. I liked the world building and the magic and the characters. They were all really fun. It's just that one stinking thing that I didn't like. Okay. Moving on to the Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. This follows, what is her name? Osric and Aradine. It follows those 2 characters. And Osric has like this debilitating disease, and the only person who can fix him is this healer. And like they hate each other, and it's really funny, and I really like it. Like it's really an enemies to lovers. It's not like how we all like to say Fourth Wing is enemies to lovers. Fourth Wing is not enemies to lovers as much as we want it to be. It's not. It's really not. This is enemies to lovers. Like, they kind of hate each other for most of this book. Like, they don't realize they love each other. Well, we don't even know if Audrine knows that she loves Osric. Osric has figured it out, like, in the last chapter, in his last point of view, realizes that he probably loves her. And it's really funny. Like, I love that whole way that it's phrased. It's so funny to me. But like, so much happens, and the way that they sort of fall in love it's really fun, and I like it, and I like the way that all of it's sort of built up, and I like the way the magic system works, and like the different like factions and clans that you're a part of. Those are really, really fun. And I like the overarching plot, because, well, yeah, the plot is Osric needs someone to heal him, so he goes to Audrine and is like, fix me. And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll fix you, but you need to give me money so I can solve this whole plague debacle that's happening with the kids here in whatever town they're in. And he's like, oh, fine. So he gives her money, and like they have to sort of solve a case together, and it's kind of fun. Even though it's very clear that they kind of despise each other. Like, even the chapter names are really funny. Like, it like hints that they hate each other, and it's fun. Let's see. I don't know, I like the way that they slowly grow to like each other, because they kind of become begrudging like allies towards like, I think a little over the middle. And that's really fun, where they're like, I guess you're kind of my friend. Even though they don't want to call each other that, because Audrine, like, she's a healer, and she works, like, in the healing, like, group, and, like, he's an assassin who works in, like, the assassin group, and they never, like, cross over because it's dangerous for them to cross over, so they're like, oh, we can't be seen talking to each other. Because if we're seen, Osric will be seen as a traitor. So, it was really fun. And I even liked the little bit of humor there was in it, because there was some humor and I really liked it. Like the way Osric names his dogs. Like, he has a dog, like, one of the dogs is named Rigor Mortis. And it's really funny. Like, he names his dogs after what he was doing when he found them, and it's really funny, and I really like it. And they each have, like, kind of traumatic backstories. Osric's is more traumatic than Audrine's, but they're still both kind of traumatic. Although Audrine still has 2 loving parents. But the magic system is really, really fun. And, like, them both coming to terms with their feelings is fun. Like, Audrine hasn't rationalized it yet. So her, like, thinking about the feelings is funny to me. Osric, basically, his last sentence is him rationalizing, oh, wait, am I in love with this girl? And it's really, really funny. And it's just, ugh. It's so good. And I think the second and last book, because it's duology, comes out in the summer. So that could be fun. Because there is like a sort of like mystery plot that's happening, which it's not the best plot, obviously, because it's a very much romance heavy book. So it's not like I care that much about the plot because I'm here for the romance. So I really liked it. It was really fun. And I think this one was a 4.5 or a 4.75. I can't exactly remember. But I know I really, really liked it. So there's that. It was really good. And it was lighthearted and fun, even though it was kind of dark because there is like trigger warnings and stuff. But it was fun. I really liked it. And I am really, really glad I read it because it was like fun. So it was good. So those are the books that were my top 5 of this quarter, which was The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, Metal Slinger, Red Rising, Siege and Storm, and The Daughter of the Siren Queen. These were all really good and I really liked them. So if you liked this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.